aliens, to the insectoids, to all alien species. My name is Gabriel Lee Brand. I live in Somerville, New Jersey, North America, Pangea, inside the ice ring. I'm being radiated, microwaved, tortured, and impersonated. Someone's running around on planets pretending to be me so that you won't ever trust me. One of the greatest blessings which a government can confer. I am going to play a video during this of the audio, since I can't show you the video. It's the actual interview with the EV. Alright, I'll let this one go first.
A farmer from Texas stunned the world with a crazy method to destroy all mosquitoes overnight. This simple but brilliant trick you can do tonight to eliminate all mosquitoes around you is taking the U.S. by storm. This farmer is disrupting the billion-dollar pest control industry around the world with the invention of a device that eradicates mosquitoes from any environment in record time. David, a father of two...
Hey, something else.
His baby daughter's eyes were... This simple trick instantly lowers your AC bill.
I would love to go to any family. I believe that I was a mantis or mantid family, and that I'm being radiated, microwave, tortured, impersonated, and someone's using my personality apparently as an iPrint, as a new language that I'd come up with, or was the heptapod language, heptapoid language, that I figured out by accident. They're taking pieces of my brain and they are using it, taking pieces, because I'm apparently the oldest, most ancient, and the most powerful being with mind powers that they have ever found. So they're using pieces of my brain, then they take a fresh brain after they've cut it out, put the fresh brain back into my head, fuse it back together, let it grow together, then they cut it out and take it again, use another piece, and give that piece to someone else, and then put another fresh piece in, let it fuse back together. And they're taking pieces of my brain over and over, and I want a home because I'm being tortured, and I'd love to be with a family that would treat me well, but they're building alien machines out of my brain here. The Zetas are trapped here, I believe. They went to Zeta 2 Reticuli and came home with xenomorph eggs, according to a movie. So I'm calling out to the Greys, the reptilians, and the insectoids. And this is not what I want to play here.
How to eliminate all mosquitoes in a 400 square feet radius? This simple but brilliant trick keeps you completely mosquito-free, and it's now taking the U.S. by storm.
If you pay for a doorbell camera subscription, stop doing that now. This $40 home security camera only takes 30...
There have been persistent rumors that not all of the aliens retrieved from the Roswell crash were dead. The final fate of the survivors, if any, is unknown. 2 years later, however, in 1949, Another alien is reported to have survived a saucer crash, and this being, known as EBE-1, was taken into custody and kept at a safe house. EBE-1 supposedly suffered from chronic health problems, which the doctors of the time were helpless to treat. According to a controversial, possibly fraudulent briefing document dating from the Jimmy Carter administration, EBE-1 was interviewed by means of pictographs, from which it was learned that he came from the Zeta Reticuli star system.
Can we eliminate one or more of these categories from discussion?
The laborious process of developing a set of symbols that could be used and understood by both human and alien amounted to the creation of a new language. If such an effort was made, it represents the greatest achievement in linguistics since the deciphering of the Rosetta Stone. That such an achievement would be kept secret illustrates the hysterical paranoia of the time as the Cold War intensified under the threat of nuclear annihilation. The so-called Carter Aquarius briefing document states that EBE-1 died of unknown causes on June 18, 1952. Skeptics who doubt the authenticity of the Carter Aquarius document find it unbelievable that highly advanced alien beings would allow one of their own to die under the primitive medical care of a species that had barely begun to conquer its own diseases. But as we will hear, there are those who claim that to the aliens, death is not a final end to be feared, but a mere transition.
It was in the late 40s and early 50s that the U.S. government's policy toward UFOs was formulated. Publicly, there was Project Blue Book, which made a great show of gathering data on all the major UFO sightings, finally declaring them all to be hoaxes, mass hysteria, or swamp gas. But secretly, there may have been another policy at work. Over the years, several documents have come to light which seemingly confirm that a clandestine group, Operation Majestic 12 Group, aka MJ-12, was formed by special classified presidential order on September 24, 1947, for the express purpose of gathering information on UFOs and extraterrestrials, while at the same time keeping such information not only from unfriendly powers, but from the American public as well. If indeed Area 51 has become the nation's repository for alien technology and possibly alien visitors, then the extra-constitutional justifications for such secrecy were developed in the MJ-12 Group's planning sessions. James B. Forrestal, Secretary of Defense under President Harry Truman, is widely accused of being the mastermind behind the creation of MJ-12. Once created, Majestic may have expanded its mandate beyond what Forrestal had intended. Whatever secrets Forrestal may have known concerning flying saucers and alien visitors, that knowledge died with him when in 1949 he mysteriously plunged to his death from a window at Bethesda Naval Hospital. Though he was being treated for depression, many UFO researchers doubt that his death was a suicide and point to the sinister workings of the possibly mythical MJ-12, which in their hypothesis may have been protecting its secrecy from a man who had come to believe the people had a right to know. As late as 1989, according to Bob Lazar, the identification badges at Area 51 read MADGE for Majestic. In December 1994, a document purporting to be the Majestic 12 Group Special Operations Manual was leaked to a noted UFO researcher. It contains the following directive under the heading Isolation and Custody. EBEs will be detained by whatever means are necessary and removed to a secure location as soon as possible. There follows this disturbing amplification. Although it is preferable to maintain the physical well-being of any entity, the loss of EBE life is considered acceptable if conditions or delays to preserve that life in any way compromise the security of the operations. From the beginning of the UFO age, it seems, secrecy was always the government's prime directive.
In 1988, another anonymous government source, codenamed Falcon, claimed that a second extraterrestrial biological entity, EBE-2, voluntarily became a guest of our government, allowing himself to be examined and interviewed. In this scenario, Area 51 became, for a time at least, a sort of extraterrestrial embassy, the setting for mankind's first attempt at diplomacy with beings from another world. Different sources disagree as to how communication was established. There is universal agreement that the EBEs are incapable or unwilling to speak human language. In addition to the pictographs used by EBE-1, it has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words, and that he learned the English language very rapidly. Other sources doubt this story, however.
By our kind, do you mean we Americans?
What has been reported most persistently is that the aliens communicate via thought projection, or telepathy.
Would have been tortured, made to give up their secrets, instead of questioned in this friendly manner. We cannot be forced to communicate. Has it been tried? Not by us. We speak to who's ever willing to listen.
The idea of telepathic communication with alien beings carries with it the same doubts and controversy attached to telepathy itself. Do the practitioners of this ancient art really have the ability to read minds? Or are they crafty charlatans who simply tell the listener what he or she wants to hear? If the cynics are right, then the self-proclaimed telepaths recruited by the government in the 1950s were playing an astoundingly daring hoax by claiming to speak for the mute visitors from the stars. Defenders of telepathy call this notion preposterous and point to the long history of government-funded research into mind reading as proof that their science has merit. In the last 4 decades, there have been persistent, often contradictory rumors and even eyewitness accounts of other alien visitors meeting secretly with military or government officials. But what about today? The Tester Corporation has recently come out with a model kit of Gray, the extraterrestrial life form, and a scale model of the so-called sport model, the UFO Bob Lazar says he studied at Area 51. This UFO kit has quickly become one of the most successful model kits in the history of the company. If the military is, in fact, conducting tests of extraterrestrial spacecraft at Area 51, then where are the alien creators of these craft?
In his first TV appearance under the pseudonym Dennis, Bob Lazar was asked if there are living aliens at Area 51. Clearly nervous, he evaded the question by saying, quote, "I really want to steer away from that right now," unquote. In subsequent interviews, however, he admitted catching a glimpse of 2 scientists talking to a strange short figure with long arms. He also reported seeing several documents that seemed to contain first-hand information on alien civilizations.
Lazar is skeptical of a claim made by Falcon that a group of EBEs have been given complete control of a separate base within Dreamland. But he does admit having read a report of a tragic misunderstanding between military personnel and alien beings in the late 70s. Lazar states that it had to do with bullets the MPs were carrying, and that the bullets might explode, possibly due to a field the aliens had generated in that area. This encounter supposedly resulted in the deaths of all the humans involved by head wounds.
But if there was ever a large-scale alien presence at Area 51, Lazar saw no evidence of it doing his work at S4 in the late 80s. Is it possible that the deadly misunderstanding of 10 years earlier brought human-alien cooperation to an end?
In his September 21st, 1987 speech to the UN General Assembly, President Reagan himself did little to dispel the notion that this deadly misunderstanding brought human-alien cooperation to an end.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Are the inconsistencies between various tales coming out of Area 51 evidence that these stories are lies? Or are the discrepancies the result of an intentional campaign of disinformation designed to discredit any elements of truth that may be reaching the public?
If so, how does Victor fit into the jigsaw puzzle of questionable witnesses to the alien presence at Area 51? Is he a hoaxer, a government dupe, or a frightened whistleblower with the hard evidence to back up his story?
I made it very clear to Victor that his credibility was the entire issue here. And that everybody's going to think this is a hoax. And that how are they going to possibly verify this? What he said was, you can do anything you want in terms of verified, any type of due diligence. He will answer whatever questions put forward. We could do whatever type of checking. We could bring in experts. We could have the tape tested. We could, in fact, he encouraged all of these aspects. He just did not want his face and his real name revealed.
At Coleman's insistence, Victor agreed reluctantly to appear on camera, but only in disguise, in shadow, and with his voice electronically altered. The questions were agreed upon in advance, but during the actual interview, the discussion occasionally deviated from Victor's approved questions.
What is your occupation at Area 51?
I won't answer that. I have had reason to be present at Area 51, but I'm not going to clarify whether or not I was there as an employee.
Are you saying you were there as a visitor?
I'm not going to specify why or in what capacity I was there, only that I was there.
Can you tell us how many times you were there?
When I agreed to this, my fundamental ground rule was that I would not be asked to divulge personal data that might help pinpoint my identity. If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
Are you saying that the number of times you were present at Area 51 is enough to pinpoint your identity?
Any specifics will narrow the field of suspects. Of course, I could lie. Let's say I've been there 47 times, or anyway more than once.
Let's turn to the tape itself. The copy you've supplied is not the original tape.
No.
Was the original at Area 51 when you copied it?
That's out of bounds.
Is it fair to assume that the copying of tapes at Area 51 is heavily restricted?
You can assume anything you like. I would say that's a fair assumption. That's obvious. I will say that this tape was copied under special circumstances. Otherwise, copying it would have been impossible.
Can you be more specific?
More specific? Okay, I'm sure they've figured this much out already. Recently, there was a wholesale transfer of video documentation from analog tape to digital disk storage. In a couple of instances, this allowed data to leak from a highest security system to a less high security system. Even so, this particular tape was the only... I think that's about all I'll say about that.
Was there something about this particular clip that made it more accessible to be copied?
Not necessarily, no.
Was there something about the content that caused them to file it differently or give it special handling?
This interview is terminated.
The interview resumed only after a discussion of the ground rules.
Have you personally seen the alien being that appears in the tape?
Yes, I have. But I stress I was not necessarily present at the interview session that appears on the tape.
I have seen.
I'm not going to be specific. I may have encountered the being at another time.
What can you tell us about the alien interview we're about to see?
This one is rather recent, very late in the series. The interview process has been ongoing since the being arrived, which was in 1989. Approximately twice a month, they sit it down for a session that generally lasts from 3 to 5 hours. If they try to go longer than that, or if they schedule the sessions more frequently, the being becomes unresponsive. There's a fair amount of infighting among the scientists from different disciplines to get their questions asked.
What has the alien revealed?
Various minor technical details of the saucers. The physicists and engineers are frankly frustrated. They feel the being is withholding information. Possibly concepts are getting lost because all the information has to come through a telepath. But also it may be that the bulk of their scientific knowledge is just too advanced to be translated into our primitive conceptual framework. It's analogous to if a human scientist were to try to translate quantum mechanics into the grunts and screeches of a chimpanzee.
It's not a very flattering comparison.
Frankly, there's a high attrition rate for scientists in the program. You'd think they'd be energized by the challenge. But a lot of them take the ego deflation very hard when they find out not only how much they don't know, but how much they aren't even capable of understanding.
What else has the alien communicated?
Oddly enough, the being seems to have a much easier time communicating spiritual concepts.
The human body is a vehicle, a vessel. The vessel must be maintained to serve the spirit with maximum efficiency. But a broken vessel can be replaced. The human spirit, or the soul, can have many vessels.
Is the process natural or technological?
Both are one. Technology is a natural excrescence of humanity. Technology is a process the vessel uses to perfect itself.
So this transference of the soul from vessel to vessel, did your kind create the mechanics of it, or is it a natural... Did it predate the intellectual creation?
Before understanding must come acceptance.
It is not technological.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that the question is meaningless. The soul can travel from vessel to vessel. Reincarnation, transfiguration, whatever. It's real.
What I'm getting at is, does he know how it's done?
Recent news stories have shed light on the struggles of those affected by COVID-19 vaccines and long COVID. At Body Bio, we're committed to repairing cellular health together. Forward-thinking medical professionals are turning their attention to a groundbreaking solution: phospholipids, the unsung heroes in the repair of cellular damage. Enter Body Bio PC, a game-changer in cellular resilience, trusted for over 35 years. Phospholipids are microscopic powerhouses that swoop in to fortify cell membranes, tackling the root cause of issues like leaky cells. Imagine them as the skilled artisans, meticulously patching up the cracks and reinforcing cellular strength. It's not just about surviving anymore, it's about thriving. Explore your cellular health with Body Bio.
My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer, and I have some very bad news for American citizens. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have declared war on the U.S. dollar. These 5 countries met late in 2023 with one goal in mind: to create an alternative world order where the United States is no longer on top, and the U.S. dollar is no longer the world's reserve currency. If the BRICS countries succeed in replacing the U.S. dollar, the outcome would be very bad for Americans. you would wake up one day and you could find a significant portion of your wealth gone. So far, as many as 19 other countries have joined them in an attempt to dethrone the dollar. They don't know what they're going to replace the dollar with. However, it is not looking good. So unless you plan to have your income totally obliterated and to wake up with your hard-earned money gone, I want to make sure I share with you the answer of what to do. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer, and here's what I believe that all Americans should do. The answer to this issue is advance.
Yeah, that was a video of the actual EV interview that they were talking about during the video, and I think what he was doing was going like beep 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 and then his head started to fall over and he started drooling while that upbeat 80s music was playing, and I think he was doing his best to not say anything is the point. Every video I've pretty much seen of an EV being interviewed under torture, except for one I can think of, they go trying not to say anything. I'm talking about a zeta reticulum. At least the older videos of them being tortured. That's what it looks like, that he's being tortured. It looks like they start shocking his brain, and then his head starts to go limp to the side, and he starts drooling. They shocked my brain while I sat here right from my receptacle outlet. I posted a 911 call today. Here, let me play this one of a guy who runs from Area 51. I'll play this one. When he got on the radio. Which I got on the radio the other day on New Jersey 101.5. And for some reason that's not on YouTube. I'm wondering why. So, yeah, my question is, why is this guy's transmission on YouTube and mine didn't make it?
We've taken the lead. The enemy has the lead. High alert activated.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works. Let's say I'm in class. I just hit record, and as you can see, everything I'm saying is turning into a transcript as I talk in real time. Because Otter is transcribing everything, I can actually listen to the professor rather than trying to type everything down.
The enemy has the lead.
Or I can zone out. Oh, for a minute. I know that nothing.
There we go.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
That's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharged.
I started getting... It has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear... Now, you tell me, because you were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off?
Yeah. Real weirded out.
Like, going sort of sounding paranoid, schizophrenic?
Like crying and everything.
Yeah. And how far into the conversation was it when it went off?
Just a couple, about 15, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Oh, you guys you really missed the call then, and I've got a feeling somebody didn't want you to hear it.
Yeah. Because it was really strange. All of a sudden, I'm hearing Mark Furman when I
right. Well, the network, of course, went immediately to a backup tape while we tried to figure out what blew up here. So that's what you heard happen. And then we're now on a backup link system to be on the air at all right now. So, well, I'm telling you.
Am I on the air right now?
You're on the air right now. Well, you better be, yes.
And
where are you, by the way?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, I called the other night, and I wanted to ask two things.
Real quick.
Well, I wanted to say one thing, and I wanted to ask another.
Real quick.
I wanted to ask if you could play that remote viewing one when you were while you go to Egypt.
Yes.
And also, I wanted to know all this stuff about like Area 51, if it's like the government's trying to put it out there like that, so like some other place isn't being watched as much.
In other words, it's a big decoy. I see what you're saying there, and apparently we'll be back after the news, I think. Here, we lost all transmit capability on this end. Here in Nevada, the transmitter went belly up suddenly for some unknown reason. I've never seen it do this in all the years that we've been on the air. I have never seen the transmitter in this way just simply fail, massively fail, like a massive heart attack of some kind. And so we have gone to a backup system to get signal to you right now, and I presume it is getting to you right now. Totally.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this. Sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon.
Now, I'm going to play a video of aliens that do interviews all in the same voices with the man. I'll start with the interview with the avian. Because that's what's on my mind.
Stun! Coming!
First one I thought of. I can't seem to find it. I'm not sure what this is, but...
Air Force in discharging its responsibility for the aerospace defense of the nation is called upon to investigate reports of unidentified flying objects. 2 Air Force officers have over the years been very closely associated with this activity. Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Taggart was formerly the chief spokesman for the Air Force on the matter, and Major Hector Quintanilla is now the chief of Project Blue Book. Major Quintanilla, what are the objectives of Project Blue Book?
The objectives of the program are twofold. They're the same as they have been since 1953 when the regulations were given. First of all, to try to determine if the UFO phenomenon presents a threat to the security of the United States. And second, to determine if the UFO phenomenon exhibits any technological advances that could be turned into research and development.
What's the record so far?
Today we have over 10,000 cases of Wright-Patterson Air Force. of which 646 of these remain unidentified. That's not to say that we could not have identified more cases if we had gotten to the observer quickly and checked the local activity.
The Air Force has been accused from time to time of hiding information about UFO. What do you have to say to that kind of thing?
Those charges are absolutely untrue. Actually, the United States Air Force releases statistics on the UFO phenomena through the Department of Defense press desk periodically, and we've always honored accredited media when they want to investigate a given specific sighting.
There's nothing to hide?
There's nothing to hide at all.
Is there anything in the files, either classified or unclassified, that would indicate that there may be extraterrestrial visitors over here?
First of all, the project is completely unclassified. And there's nothing in the records that would indicate that we have been visited by any advanced civilization.
How does the Air Force look upon people who make reports of UFO? Do they look on them as qualified observers?
Yes, they do look on them as qualified observers. Actually, most people who report a UFO sighting are patriotic citizens who have been mystified by something that they've seen, and through a patriotic sense, report it to the local law enforcement officials or to the United States Air Force base near them.
What would you consider as a person qualified to interpret what he sees?
Well, I consider astronomers genuinely experts in their field. First of all, they have a tremendous advantage over the other physical scientists, and that is that they have powerful telescopes and photographic equipment that confirm their interpretation.
Do astronomical laboratories make any contribution to the UFO program?
In a negative way, they do, because I've never received a UFO report from an observatory.
Not a one?
Not a single one.
Well, how about the tracking and detection facilities that the Air Force itself has? How does this fit into the program?
Well, actually, to begin with, the United States Air Force is charged by an act of Congress with the air defense of the United States. And the North American Air Defense Command and the Air Defense Command have space tracking facilities which are constantly on the alert 24 hours a day. We're interested in anything that flies in our atmosphere.
Well, how about UFO reports in other countries? How are they handled?
Well, UFOs actually occur worldwide. However, the United States is the only country in the world that places as much emphasis on the phenomenon. Other countries place a burden of proof on the observer and not on the Air Force.
That would make your job a lot easier if they did that.
Yes, it would.
Thank you, Colonel Packer. Major Quintanilla. I would like to close by reading a very brief excerpt on the report of the Air Force's Scientific Advisory Board, which they made recently upon completing a detailed review of the subject of UFO. This is a statement. The committee concluded that in the 19 years since the first UFO was sighted, there has been no evidence that unidentified flying objects are a threat to our national security.
That's all I can do for the moment. Yeah, I can play that. Do this. I have to deal with the most disrespectful, idiotic person ever that they're pretending is me.
Michael, where are you?
Nobody move! Voices. Did you hear that? Not English, though. You heard the voices, right, Uncle Merrill?
I
heard them working.
Probably picking up another baby monitor. That's right. See, this is why we're not watching TV. People get obsessed. I'm letting go now.
No, Dad! Don't do it!
You'll lose the signal.
Don't let go. It gets clearer the higher you hold it.
I got him. Well, honey, I don't want you climbing on the car.
Stop! There's two of them talking. Nobody move. Voices. Did you hear that? Not English, though. You heard the voices, right, Romero? I heard them working.
Probably picking up another baby monitor. That's right. That's it. See, this is why we're not watching TV. People get obsessed. I'm letting go now.
No, Dad! Don't do it!
You'll lose the signal.
Don't let go. It gets clearer the higher you hold it.
I got him. Well, honey, I don't want you climbing on the car.
Stop! There's two of them talking.
Enemy counter UAV overhead. Enemy cruise missile incoming.
vuole sfidarmi?
Enemy SAE strike incoming. Enemy counter UAV is active. Enemy UAV in the airspace. We've lost half the field. Fight back. High alert. The enemy called in a care package.
Changing mag!
Enemy called in a captain.
You're shooting at me now, bro!
UAV in the airspace.
Flashing!
Throwing grenade! Throwing flash grenade!
Morning, babe. I made you breakfast.
Also, I thought about your...
Hello. Okay. This is Vikas van der Merwe from MNU, and we are here to serve you an eviction notice. You just put your scroll there. Okay, all right, hold it. We've got the scroll there because as he hit it, that's what I was saying. It counts as a scroll. First time you come in, there'll always be a little bit of tension happening between us. Yeah, sure. Hey, foot check there, you can't eat that, man. The prawn likes to eat the rubber. Bigger sort of like a marshmallow. No, God, don't prod him. Don't prod him like that. Don't prod him. You see now, that's breaking the rules. No, stay calm. This is going to be problems because now all prawns are coming out. They want to see what's going on. Stop it! Honest, bring my foot! See, everybody's gathering now! Don't shoot, man! You're gonna turn it into a war zone! What is that? Is it check gas? Is that check gas? No, it's cat food! It's cat food! I just distracted him! Yeah, he's got a bit of that. He was prodding a prawn and he got mixed him. He's lost his arm. So we need the team down here straight away. Oh, that's a pity, because you know this, this is a nice cat food, you know. But of course, it's not your house, eh? So we'll just have to go and give someone else. We need you to sign there, okay? There it is. Now you can take that. Okay, all right. Thomas, wait. Easy, my friend.
The creatures became incredibly obsessed with cat food. Something about that was like catnip for cats, only a lot more intense.
Hello? MNU, we are here to serve eviction notices, okay? How's it, boy?
What we have stranded on Earth, this colony, is basically the workers. They don't particularly think for themselves, they will take commands, they have no initiative. They've lost all of their upper leadership through whatever cause, we presume illness.
Where there's a slum, there's crime. And District 9 was no exception. The Nigerians had various scams going. One of them was the cat food scam, where they sold cat food to the aliens for exorbitant prices. Not to mention interspecies prostitution, and they also dealt in alien weaponry.
You have a car hijacking, you know, there's a chop shop there. You can see that. That's somebody's car.
The Nigerians in District 9 are headed by a man called Obisanja. He's a very powerful underground figure in Johannesburg.
You don't want to play with these boys. He'll cut you in 4 pieces. Also on each side of... That's the boss there. Okay, no problem. No problem. Keep walking. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. This is going to cause problems. Trent, don't call me out. All right, next. 766, all right. Let me new agents open the door, please.
Whoa, what is?
Oh, what is it? Check around the side. Check around the side there. That's it. Control, speak as far as Merwe. I need a population control team at JB 766 4 immediately, please. Check that side, Thomas. It's pushing to 50 eggs in here.
This is normal.
This is an amazing fire.
Oh, God.
I can just show you a little bit how it works. Basically, a cow is hung from the ceiling, you can see here. Very little of it left, of course, because all these pipes supply the nutrition to the little prawn eggs. You can do one for this way if you want, or I can show you if you want to see. Here we go. Okay, one more nutrition to the guy. And then finally, we take ours back. The little guy has gone to a nice little sleep now. Just pop him out. There we go. And pop him out here. Then you can take that. You want to keep it as a souvenir for your first abortion, eh? You can feel like you did one at least. Yeah.
Friendly UAV on station. Fast hands.
Except that one.
Oh my God, he's got it.
Fire! 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 Get ready for a close encounter, bitch! Charlie! Go for a back, right where the tentacles are! That's our weak spot! Keep shooting, Charlie! What do you think I'm doing? Charlie, this thing got ejection seats! Hang it down!
Get too close, David. David, let's get out of here. Back off. Go back.
Most Android apps have hidden trackers that send your information to other companies like Google and Facebook, even when you're not using them.
Life support monitors recording. So if we screw up, it's all on tape.
Okay.
Come on. Let's get this fine mechanical stuff.
Got the spreader right here, right along the ridge. Microprobe thingamajig goes right here. Pick there. Good. All right, now spread it very, very gently. Let me get in. Gentle. That's it. Run this right, easy. All right. Okay. Let's proceed. Now comes the really icky part. Oh boy. This is one smelly. Disgusting. Look at it. It doesn't look alive, does it? The arm is moving.
That with Verizon saving on the best in entertainment was going to be so easy. Before, we had to pretend we'd seen all these shows. But now that we have Verizon, we can stop pretending.
Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, Netflix, and Max. All for just $20 a month. Only on Verizon.
My turn.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Changing mag.
We have taken the lead. Attack me! Secure to kill. Friendly sentry active.
Trophy system online.
UAV ready to deploy.
Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO.
Throwing grenade!
Target down.
Reloading! Target area marked. You're cleared high. Covering your six!
UAV is bingo fuel. RTB at this time. We've got him on the run. Keep it up. Mortar strike on standby.
Requesting ordnance. Position marked.
Covering your six!
1 minute remaining. Friendly UAV online.
Good effect on target.
30 seconds remain.
Yeah, I never played the Alien interview. I couldn't find it. That was scenes from Independence Day Resurgence, and then where they were fighting the Queen Harvester, Queen, and killing her, and then the scene from the first Independence Day where they dissect a zotaxian, which is the mortaxan that is blue and little and walks on two legs, that they call zotaxian because it stands for the bony ones. The bony ones made of dirt. Mortaxan is made of dirt. I guess you're mortaxing. Whatever that means. Yeah, maybe this is something that you need to hear is a human man, doesn't matter what color his skin is, catching a zotaxian that they somehow trucked down and then putting it in a parachute and kicking it on the ground.
Saw you, bro.
Sometimes you're human cold, human thing, away from.
That's what you get! Look at you! Ship all banged up! Who's the man? Huh? Who's the man? Wait till I get another plane! I'm lining all your friends up right beside you! Where you at, huh? Where you at? Welcome to Earth.
That's what I call a close encounter.
You know, this was supposed to be my weekend off. But no. You got me out here dragging your heavy ass through the burning desert with your dreadlocks sticking out the back of my parachute. You gotta come down here with an attitude, acting all big and bad. And what the hell is that smell? I could have been at a barbecue! But I ain't mad. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say other than I think I came from the mantis family, a mantid family. And here's a dying EV, well, yeah, EV, but a Zeta. They show a human holding it by the wrist, and they're showing it dying. I'm assuming it's being radiated to death from the inside out while they have heart monitors on them. It's very Asian looking.
Hostile UAV in the area. Hostile cluster mine active. Active.
Alright, I'm gonna have to end this video now. It's gonna kill my data. I can only afford so much. I think that's funny, huh?
cluster mine detected.